Anna Ben is the only Indian actress I have seen all of her films of, and I sure want to continue that way.
അവളിൽ നിന്ന് ഞാൻ നിനക്ക് ഒരു പുത്രനെ തരും.
എനിക്ക് പ്രസവിക്കണ്ട.
Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage and SARA'S is a brand new Malayalam language romantic comedy drama that was just released on Amazon Prime. Though I have to say that as far as I know, it was only released on Amazon Prime in India, which is a shame. It was directed by Jude Anthony Joseph and written by Akshi Harish, and it stars Anna Ben as the titular character Sara. The first few minutes very much reminded me of Jude Anthony Joseph's first film, Om Shanti Oshana, in which Nazriya Nazim played a young, headstrong woman. Both films have these strong female perspectives, and SARA'S has that certain quirky touch that I enjoyed in Om Shanti Oshana as well, though to a lesser degree, especially as the movie progresses. It is more concerned with addressing important social issues, in a similar way to The Great Indian Kitchen, but doing so in a much more family-friendly, feel-good way. The first half of SARA'S plays very much like what we coined as Malayalam chill. It lets us be part of this woman's life, rather casually and without the feeling of any strong urgency. The central topic though is made clear right at the beginning, which is that Sara doesn't intend to get children. But the story is presented more like a light-hearted slice-of-life comedy drama. Sara has been working as an associate director, she has written her own thriller screenplay, and she has her eyes set on directing her own film. When she's doing some research, she meets Jeevan, played by Sunny Wayne, and they quickly bond over their shared vision for the future. A future that doesn't include children. For a while, SARA'S a nice little romantic movie that puts the spotlight on issues that haven't been tackled this openly in the past. I enjoyed that the film establishes a female protagonist who has just decided that children are not for her, and I also enjoyed that her partner isn't written as someone who tries to persuade her otherwise. Jeevan isn't posed as an antagonist, and they build a relationship that's founded on equality. For example, when it comes to the question who's responsible for cooking the food. They take turns, and they also promise each other to have their backs about their decision to not have children, even after they marry, which is something they give into because of social pressure. Because it's the thing that's expected, and they somehow don't really oppose their parents, mostly Jeevan's mother, too much. Which I think is a bit odd, but that's fine. Like The Great Indian Kitchen, the movie paints a picture of the difficult situation young women are in, how their lives are oftentimes completely determined about by the patriarchal society, and how other women, in this case Jeevan's mother, played by Mallika Sukumaran, are part of that structure as well. How the idea that a woman has to become a mother first and only have a career as an optional way later on, how that idea is the status quo, and how hard it is to choose another route for your life. But that decision, and the decision to have or don't have a child, and also to maybe abort a pregnancy, that's all up to the woman. It is entirely her decision in the end, and that's of course also where the title comes in. It's Sara's life and her decision. And I applaud the movie and Malayalam cinema for addressing these topics. But in the case of this specific film, I unfortunately can't say that I ended up really liking it all that much. I mean, I did like it okay, but it is very much like a mixture of a very mellow, fluff family entertainer and an educational movie. From a filmmaking perspective, it's coming across as a little bit limp. It's middle-of-the-road fluff that's alright to watch and slightly entertaining, but it's also not really powerful or expressive. And despite its Malayalam chill kinship, it's not really that naturalistic and sometimes more melodramatic. And especially the very loud and busy background music doesn't do it any favors, I think. It is playing in almost every scene and it takes away from the actual conflicts and paints the movie in a broader, more mainstream, almost soapy light. For example, when Jeevan's mother learns for the first time that Sara doesn't want children, it's as if the movie can't quite decide if it wants to play the scene for laughter or not. And it's not at all the comedy falls flat. There are some nice moments, like some early interactions between Sara and her father, played by Benny P. Nayarambalam. Apart from the background music, I actually did enjoy the songs. But when it comes to the drama, the movie isn't able to create any tension at all. I thought it was also strange that we never see how Sara and Jeevan are truly discussing their options and thoughts about them with each other. For a couple this strong and progressive, it is weird that they can't find a way to openly talk anymore. I understand that the movie tries to show how difficult and isolated Sara's position is and how much we are influenced and pressured by the people and society around us, but I also think it's kind of a missed opportunity not to discuss the matter from different perspectives. And the writing and overall direction are just not that strong. The performances are alright, but it also felt a little bit monotonous monotonous to me. Both Anna Ben and Sunny Wayne are alright, but they also pretty much stick to the same 2 or 3 basic emotional states. With all that being said, SARA'S not a bad movie. It's a decent one-time watch in my book. It shines a light on important social issues, but I think it handles them with too little naturalism, dramatic tension, and too much fluff and melodrama. Now, it should be noted that it was shot during the pandemic and probably also with a very limited budget, so I wouldn't criticize it too harshly. But in the end, it just left me a little bit indifferent. So in German I'd say, SARA'S hat eine wichtige Botschaft, fühlt sich aber leider auch zu sehr wie ein Botschafts-Film an, dem so ein bisschen der Biss fehlt. I give SARA'S 6 out of 10. It's more like 6.3, but I don't do that.
സന്തോഷായോ?
തുള്ളിക്കളിക്കുന്ന കുഞ്ഞിപ്പുഴു, തുള്ളിക്കളിക്കുന്ന കുഞ്ഞിപ്പുഴു, തുള്ളിക്കളിക്കുന്ന കുഞ്ഞിപ്പുഴു, തുള്ളിക്കളിക്കുന്ന കുഞ്ഞിപ്പുഴു.
Alright, that's it like always. Comment below and let me know what you think about SARA'S. And also let me know what is your favorite performance by Anna Ben so far. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram and Letterboxd, and also on Patreon, simply at the Jimmy Cage. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for all I have to tell.